Hey guys, this is Turok. I have a question for you. Who's the scariest One Piece character? You know, if you were in a back alley and you came up to pond, if you could pick any One Piece character that pick, this one which one would scare you the most if you were in the back alley and you saw them there? Could it be Moria, who could snip you from your shadow, throw you back out from where outside the alley and you burn up, so it's dark? Could it be Big Mom, who would suck the remaining years of your life off of you and turn you to a shriveled husk? Could it be Kaido and his indestructible girth and his ability to just turn into a dragon right in a spot and burn you to a crisp or crush you with his Bicento? For my money, I would be more afraid of this towering father of a man who struck fear into the hearts of the Marines 2 years before the current events. The man they called Pops, Whitebeard. And now I know, due to certain events that we won't talk about, that someone else has Whitebeard's fruit. But in contrast to Whitebeard, Blackbeard doesn't scare me in such the same way. He's a fat, drunk-looking guy who we know is conniving and scheming to take over the world in a way that makes Kaido look like a little kid's scheme, as far as I'm concerned. But Whitebeard, if I was gonna say take his daughter out to the prom or something, would scare me a lot more. Sir, I'm here to take your daughter out to the prom. Oh, you sure about that? I got Bicento here that thinks otherwise. You know, just bigger guy. And just look at what the Marines mustered in order to try to stop Whitebeard at Marineford. And admittedly, he had a lot of allies and his own family coming with him, and they would be preparing for that. But Whitebeard himself instilled a lot of fear into the Marines, and they brought all three admirals, many vice admirals, thousands upon thousands of Marines just to stop him, or in hopes of stopping him, I assume. And this man, Whitebeard, in his prime, had an equal, at least as far as we can tell, based on chapter 966, Gol D Roger. In terms of raw power, Roger and Whitebeard seem equaled and unparalleled by anyone else. So what does this say to you when Whitebeard, this enormous man among men, has an equal, and Whitebeard possesses this devil fruit, even at that time, that could destroy the world, as Sengoku put it? What's wrong, kitty? What do you got? Well, it tells me that Roger must have had something equal, perhaps opposite, to what Whitebeard possesses in order to really go toe-to-toe with him. Now, given the way that these two are, perhaps they would lay down some rules about how they would go about a fight. They seem more honorable than your average pirate. But if they were both trying to win, I feel like Whitebeard would pull out the Guru Nomi's abilities and try to gain an edge. So what could Roger bring out that could stop it? The voice of all things doesn't seem to have any battle capabilities that we know of, and hockey is useful. Armament hockey is useful against Logia users, but Whitebeard isn't possessing that. And as I was there thinking about this fight, I remember that there were so many people watching this fight, and they must have been amazed by this clash they saw. Especially one person in particular. Blackbeard was a child and was at the fight recently, where in Odin's flashback, and he would have saw this great fight, and we now know he schemed to possess Whitebeard's fruit eventually. So what if he also had a scheme to possess Roger's fruit? And then he gained that fruit before Whitebeard's. So I'm of course suggesting here that perhaps Roger had the Yami Yami no Mi at the time of that fight, and perhaps even before. And now this seems logical to me from reasons of this fight, as well as other events that we've learned about and things of how Roger's exploits. What is it, kitty? Come here. Come here, kitty. So Roger, back to this cat's. Whitebeard and Blackbeard briefly fought at Marineford, and we saw for the first time something that could stop Whitebeard's imposing, world-destroying fruit. The power of the darkness, the ability to negate devil fruits through the Yami Yami no Mi, was an imposing and awe-inspiring sort of thing to see, even if it was in the hands of someone we don't like. And so Blackbeard knew what this fruit could do. So what I'm suggesting here is that at the fight on that island where through Odin's flashback, Blackbeard would have saw the fight between Roger and Whitebeard, where they pulled out devil fruits, the Guru Guru no Mi and the Yami Yami no Mi, and that fight would make Whitebeard and Roger on equal footing, to where they only had to use their haki and their brute strength to fight each other and their swords. Anyone, by the way, it's possible now that Roger has one of the 12, I forget the grades of the swords, one of those other great swords that we all know that Mihawk and Whitebeard had and such. Anyways, this fight would revert to them using brute strength and power and swordsmanship and haki, because Roger could negate anything Whitebeard can do as far as that fruit. So this, in my mind, could be what would make this an equal fight. Next, I think about another important event that we found out about recently, the incident at God's Valley that occurred, what was it now? And looking back upon that, I could see no way that Garp and Roger alone could stand up against the likes of Rox. Given how little we know about him, of course, this is a lot of speculation here, but he had under his control Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido, and Rox himself. Those four, these imposing pirates against Garp and Roger. What could also even the playing field again on this, given that Whitebeard and Big Mom have these very OP devil fruits. We have no idea what Rox can do. Perhaps he had the devil fruit, but I'm going to set that aside for a sec. And Kaido being nearly indestructible unless you have really good haki or swords like Odin's. Again, the Yami Yami no Mi, if Roger has it, could be something that could even this kind of playing field of two potent combatants in Roger and Garp against four equally potent combatants. And that using that kind of devil fruit and the playing field, the Yami Yami no Mi, to negate Whitebeard's and Big Mom's power, perhaps Rox's power, could make this fight, in my head, a more likely scenario where Garp and Rox wouldn't be, Garp and Roger wouldn't be just rolled over by the tag team of these other four. And as far as Roger's other exploits, he always seemed to have an unparalleled amount of luck to escape the likes of Garp after such an alliance was over. And with a fruit like this, it would give him quite the advantage in dealing with other devil fruit users that the Marines possess themselves, very capable ones like the admirals, and perhaps using the fruit's power to he gets. We've seen Blackbeard can suck in things such as buildings and whatnot into a void, and then he can repel that or drop it out, I should say, as needed. And Roger could use that power to keep things in there, and at such a time when being pursued and perhaps cornered by Marines, expel anything he needs out of that void to keep the sink the Marine ships, I should just say, and keep them to get away from a tough situation. I can just see it now. He's like, oh, the Marines are after me. Well, why did I just bring him from that last place? Oh, I got a mountain here I sliced up. Yeah, get going, guys. That way out. And I don't do good off the cuff humor. But there you have it. I feel that at this time, this is a very likely, as anything else, a devil fruit that Roger could have that would, again, make the fight between him and Whitebeard in their multiple clashes a more even matchup, and this even more so with the fight at God's Valley. And because Blackbeard was among the many who got to see fights between Whitebeard and Roger, this could be a possibility of where Blackbeard knew what fruits he would want someday, whether or not he knew he had the double fruit ability, the whole double to do that. We will find out later, I'm sure, but he would know exactly what fruits he could want among all these fights he may have witnessed elsewhere as well. There's a fruit that can destroy the world, and the Guru Guru Nomi, and a fruit that can negate other devil fruits' power, and the Yami Yami Nomi. A very potent combination, as we well know from his completion of said scheme at Marine Ford. And there you have it. I hope to find out one way or the other what Roger has soon, but I feel that won't quite happen. So tell me what you think about this in the comments, and I hope you have a great new year. Thank you.